Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Why is my camera frozen?
Yes, you are.
Uh, that's such a weird angle for the camera to be frozen on too. Um, yeah, that's not
Yeah, I wonder why
happened
that
before.
happened. Because it's got something to do with your setup, I'm guessing.
Well, let's see if I can fix it real quick. Um, sorry guys. Stay with me one moment. Video capture.
You look real intense.
All right, there we go. Well, that was weird. Yeah,
Welcome back.
that was a funny picture to be stuck on. All right, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream. We're here today to answer any kind of SEO questions you may have. Doesn't matter how beginner or how advanced you think they might be. Just go ahead and ask us, and we'll give you some answers. But yeah, how are you doing today, Nick? How are you?
Can't complain over here. Kiddo's been sick all week, so honestly, if I'm trying to just ignore it, but I feel like my throat is getting a bit sore. Now, I know Garrett would have told you the video I forwarded him, which we are both now doing, but if you guys out there, and nobody likes to get sick, especially as entrepreneurs, we got to stay on top of our game, alpha mindset, right? So anyhow, if you chop up an onion, preferably a purple onion because it's highest in antioxidants. Chop up some garlic, put it in a mason jar, and then fill that up with honey and let it sit for a few hours. Then you can store it in your fridge. But just like a couple spoonfuls of that, especially if you're just starting to feel like you're about to get sick, it's amazing. It really seems to ward off your illness. It worked for Garrett. It's been working for me. I gotta say, it's a cheap, amazing little life hack that can maybe save you a few days off of being sick.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
That's your daily dose of hippie medicine by Nick.
yeah,
We are
absolutely.
not medical professionals, so we can't really say that you take this advice.
No,
But it's a thing that Nick's doing, so
yeah, not just me. Okay, it's apparently it's an old trick. It's a very old trick. Give it a whirl. Hey, Derek, how's it going? Joseph, everybody,
let's start with a little
welcome
site
to the
audit
show.
here. Carly says, what happened to the good old salt gargle? My mom used to make me do that. I
You
hated that.
so you can do a gargle as well, right? But that's more so it's not necessarily going to boost your immune system. So both of them in conjunction, good to go.
I just sent you a link, Nick. It's a little audit we're
Grabbed it.
doing.
I like the name.
Get a picture up here for you guys. Gotta,
Chris made a new
I gotta be
song.
careful not to sing it live though.
Yeah, I don't know if he's allowed to sing it, but you might hear it on a SoundCloud or YouTube show near
Oh,
you
actually,
in due time.
let's get, because I think he gave us some info about this.
Okay.
All right, so he says, I bought some links off Fiverr early on in the learning process, so I might have some that could do with removing. I started a blog mostly to capture some keywords, but I'm thinking that all might be redundant with Google's new AI updates. Yeah, so I guess I'll start kind of answering some of this one at a time. So with the Google AI updates, no one really knows what's going to happen yet. I would expect SEO traffic to potentially go down a little bit, but we really have no idea. And yeah, it's not something I'm really I'm not like running away from SEO at the moment. Actually, I'm just starting to do more SEO. All right. At the moment, I'm focusing on creating some media for social media platforms and use them for harvesting clicks instead of Google. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. That's part of creating an online brand, right? It's something we do. Like, so for example, for Links a lot, we're active on YouTube, we're active on Twitter, we've got all the social media stuff going on as well. So that's also definitely something to focus on. I don't know. I don't want to throw away all the stuff I've been learning about with the blog and SEO, but at the same time, it feels like in 12 months' time, either Google or AI or make our sites irrelevant. Yeah, like I said before, not really something we're worried about at the time. As long as people are searching, there will always be something to optimize. You'll either adapt or you won't and you'll fail. It's just how SEO goes in general. This will probably be one of the bigger changes that SEO has had over the past 20 years or so. But it's honestly not something I'm worried about. But like you were saying with the social media stuff, it's always good. Even before this, it's always been a good idea to do all this other stuff. Something you didn't mention was creating an email list. That's another thing I'd really advise. Get on some kind of video type platforms, short form video, long form video. You can post on social media as well, depending on what your niche is. You might be on different social medias, yeah, email. And I was about to say something else. What's the other thing I'm missing here, Nick?
Email. You said video, email.
Yeah, video, email, regular social media. Um,
Ads.
anyway, those are the big, yeah, ads. But yeah, those are kind of the big ones I'm focused on right now. Social media, email list, and SEO. Um, I kind of count video as the same as social media, but it's really not.
No.
I kind of, video is kind of its own thing. So yeah, definitely video. Video is awesome. But yeah, you didn't really give us much info about your site other than you bought some cheap Fiverr links. But I guess we'll go ahead and audit it anyway, even though it seems like you're kind of a little scared of SEO. The good news here is it looks like you're actually starting to get some traffic and keywords. Um,
I was
what,
gonna say,
DR7, 17 referring
for
domains.
somebody that's kind of scared of the future of SEO, I would say, this is one of those things where it's obvious that you've been working pretty hard. Looking at your site, 155 results indexed in Google. So, not a lightweight. Looks like you've got interlinking going on in most of these pages. You've got EEAT going on for the most part. Some things that you could maybe touch up, like in the footer, you could add NAP and stuff like that. But overall, just browsing, you've got also your socials set up. It's ecom. Like, I feel like it's a shame hearing that you're kind of disheartened by the future of SEO, because it looks like you're actually doing really well and you're starting off on the right foot. So yeah, I would try and avoid that pessimism for the time being, because I think you probably have the capability of doing pretty well with this site.
Looks like it's got some decent optimization going on here. Not
Yeah,
really seeing
it's
much for I mean, never mind.
in the
Yeah.
blog,
Looks like it does got
the
some
blog
interlinking
role.
going on. It's also got all its like ecom products and everything.
It's not the cleanest looking site, but at the same time,
But it's actually
it's not bad.
optimized and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to
Yeah.
comment on the content. We don't really know if this content length is good or anything. But there is
Yeah.
interlinking. It's broken up. It's not just huge walls of text. Yeah, design's kind of a little bit weird and clunky feeling, but um, we've definitely seen worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Nick said, you got some eat. Looks like you got your socials down at the bottom. Um,
Got author's page.
and a bunch of categories set up and whatnot. How many pages you got indexed?
155.
Okay. Well, I'm only seeing 85 indexed.
Um, yeah, no, I got 155. Hold on, let me do it again. Well,
Are you doing with the full URL?
HTTPS, yeah, full 155 still.
Yeah, I'm getting 85.
That's weird. 85 maybe from your geographic region, 155 from mine.
I have no idea. I didn't think
I
the index
wouldn't
worked
have,
like that.
I didn't either. That's,
You see my screen, right?
yeah, I'm looking at your screen. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I've done it 3 times now, 155 each time.
Strange. Or as Florence would say, strange.
Wait, go back. Yep. Huh. Yeah, that is strange.
Anyway, between 85 and 155 pages, so not too big, but definitely not super, super small.
No.
Yeah, keep going with
When
the
did
content.
this when did this site start? If you want, I think overall I'd say it looks pretty decent. And it looks like it didn't he registered this site December of 22. So, he hasn't been working on it that long, really,
Anchor
in the
text
grand
is
scheme of
unnatural.
things. Are we on? Okay.
Yeah, I switched over to the hrefs. Anchor text is, unnatural.
Yeah, unnatural.
Which, you started with an unnatural Fiverr link blast and coupled that with some unnatural anchor
Yeah.
text.
The thing about it is, like, they're all like directories and shit, which, yeah, you
Yeah,
don't want to use, exact match anchors and stuff like that with these kinds of links. However, I don't think it's that big a deal. I think I would just probably start with pillowing, just like pretend this is a brand new site that has no links going to it. Pillow properly to the home page, natural anchors, which is naked, branded, random. And then, get some bread and butter going with niche edits, guest posts, and the higher end links. Again, just a homepage to get things to resonate. Because right now, within 6 months, I don't know when you started putting content on the site, but you're only just now starting to pop up. And that's literally from what it looks like is a couple days ago. Am I wrong about that?
sorry, were you talking to
Okay,
me?
no, like a couple weeks ago. So, it's basically a fresh site, and I would treat it like that. I
Yeah,
wouldn't worry about disavowing anything at this point in
nah.
time. You ordered the Fiverr link blast. I don't think it's going to
Graph's
matter
going up, baby.
ultimately.
No disavow. Full
Yeah,
power ahead.
yeah,
Yeah, like Nick said, just yeah, treat it like a new site. Start building a bunch of natural links to the homepage. You can do some more pillowing. You can do some guest posts and niche edit. Everything homepage, everything natural anchors, branded URL, generic, topical, long tail kind of stuff. I really like branded and URL anchors in the beginning, but some topical stuff like long tail kind of topical anchors are great as well. Get some more relevance in there. But you already got a bunch of relevance with those kind of Fiverr links anyway, so. Yeah, and then as far as the content goes, I didn't really see any huge red flags there, other than design being kind of weird, but we also didn't really, really pour into the content or anything. But yeah, just keep going, basically. You're
yeah,
off to a good start, it looks like. Google's starting to recognize your site, give you some traffic. So yeah, just keep going.
yeah.
And I
And
wouldn't, as far as the future goes about SEO, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I would just keep doing what you're doing here with the site while also focusing on your other stuff. Every time you post an article, blast it out on social, work on kind of building up an audience. You can't just blast your content all the time and expect to build an actual audience. You could try using some AI stuff in ChatGPT to make short form video scripts. Try to drive them to your blog with short form video, get them on an email list and whatnot. Do all these things. It kind of paints this big old picture for Google, and it makes your SEO better, and it kind of insulates you for the future as far as being successful at doing online business. Anything left to add on that one, Nick?
write yourself a little note on your mirror that you wake up and see every morning that says, "I can do this," or any number of things. But yeah, don't fret too much. You're heading in the right direction. You're doing well.
All right. Joe says site audit. Joe, yep, we can do site audits, but there is a wait list. So go ahead and you can PM me. Actually, I think I got a PM from you earlier, so it was probably you asking for the site audit. But yeah, I'll look at the PM later. Just give me some info about what you're trying to get us to look at, and we'll add you to the list. But it might be a week or two.
Sumit asked, is it possible to have one-on-one chat with you guys for SEO questions? How much do you charge hourly? We actually
Go
don't
ahead.
offer.
Go ahead. I was going to say, go ahead and
Yeah,
just send us an email at info@sirlinksalot.co. It's something we do occasionally, but it's not something we've
yeah.
really cemented as like a productized service quite yet. But yeah, just go and send us an email at info@sirlinksalot.co, and along with kind of like what you're looking for, what you're trying to get out of the meeting and whatnot, and we'll get back to you soon. All right, let's see this question. I'm confused about authorship for a website. How is it possible to make a website with a fake persona, but at the same time make it so I can put Google publicly on it? Never done it, just asking. Yeah, so the legend goes that you basically create a fake person with a fake name, blah, 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 and you just set up a bunch of social media profiles and whatnot and get a little bit active on those social media profiles, maybe even make them a little LinkedIn or something. Never done it myself, just heard that people do these things, like I said before, and that's what you do. So you just act like you're this person on the internet and you start creating a little digital footprint of this person on the internet. I hope I'm understanding the question
Just
right.
know that it's not, especially, going about it that way, it's not going to be as easy as you're going to need, hypothetically, from what I read. You're going to need like proxies dedicated for each social profile that you're accessing that is separate from, say that the social profile that you use, you're going to want to know that,
But why do you think you need that, the proxy?
because like for Facebook, for example, or a bunch of
Hmm.
other ones, they don't like you utilizing multiple accounts under the
I got
same
multiple
IP
accounts.
address. You've got fake persona accounts.
I've got one, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. How often do you access it, or how often are you
Every now
switching
and then.
around?
I
Yeah.
don't really use it too often.
Um, he doesn't have a
I
fake
also
persona
I
account,
also have
but
access to someone's for like it was for a friend back in the day doing some SEO work for them and whatnot.
well,
Access to their
if
account.
you get your if you get your Facebook banned because you've got a fake persona,
I'm just
just
kidding.
know
I'm just kidding. It's all hypothetical. I'm trying to say I have experience with something I don't actually have experience with, trying to puff my chest out here.
that.
Um,
So the more you do stuff like this, the more you will have to do that though. And then, you could buy aged accounts too. But yeah, different rabbit holes altogether.
but yeah, it's definitely something you
Not to
can
say that
do.
they're not really complex, but
And then you can go and make a bunch of pictures and whatnot using AI,
yeah.
little spin-offs of the
Yeah.
picture using other AI, and then you can have just create a whole little happy picture for Google that this
Yeah,
person
AI has made this a lot
exists.
easier than it was back in the day.
Yeah, you can even do like
That's for
video
sure.
stuff now. You can get use
Hmm.
11 Labs to like clone a voice and stuff and actually make video
Yeah,
content with a script and stuff. All this
that's
stuff is
pretty
really
wild.
cool. But yeah, hopefully we're understanding that question right. Anyone have any recommendations for services who would set up all of your socials for you, like all the accounts, etc., then hand them over the keys? So we actually have a product for social profiles, but we're very coincidentally, we're actually redoing the product at the time to make it a bit simpler and a lot cheaper. Um, but yeah, we what we do is we basically set up social profiles on like 100 different platforms. Yeah, with whatever username and kind of information you want, and then yeah, pass it all back to you in a report with all the passwords and stuff. What we don't do, what's not included in that, is we don't do like the major profiles. Like so, for example, Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah.
YouTube, the really, really big ones. We do not do those, but we do all the other stuff. So you go and you set up the important ones yourself. It takes 5 minutes or whatever. And then we do the next 100, and then you can just forget about it after that unless you ever want to use them. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Um, yeah,
Yeah, it might
it's
get updated here pretty
yeah,
soon.
maybe we'll have an update in the next week or so. Carly also says, then I thought your service was for links to the socials to boost them like 2.0, not the services themselves. No, we actually, if you wanted to do tiered link building, we don't have a specific like tiered link building service, but a lot of people use like our PBNs or our barrage
Barrage.
niche edits, the low authority niche edits, which we have an update on those coming soon
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, the social profiles orders that we do, that's literally just setting up social profiles accounts, profile backlinks. We call them social profile links. So basically, we set up your profiles on all the things, and then we have a little link to your website or whatever in that social profile. So it's the same thing. We're just creating the account for you and putting a link in your profile with a little about section about what you or your business does. Um, yeah. Hey Pete, what's up, man?
What is up, Pete? I don't think he's missed a show in over like 3 months now.
Carly says, too lazy to set up the Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, etc.
Oh, but they're
Yeah,
so
I'm not really sure
worthwhile.
about that. You might, you know, they don't really take long to do. I'm not sure if you're trying to do this like at scale for like a million different companies or something, but I check Fiverr or whatever. But generally, I always set up the major stuff myself, to be completely honest. The major stuff, like it just doesn't take long, and yeah, I just really like to do it myself. What do you think about that, Nick? Like
Yeah,
Facebook or
I don't think
YouTube?
you can find many vendors, if any, that are going to do something like Facebook or any of the major accounts. Again, this has to do a lot of times with proxies. Maybe if you've got like one profile, that's not going to be a big deal. But if you're mass producing them, then you definitely need to spend money masking things. Now, there are ways to buy aged accounts that you could try out. But then at the same time, in order to access those, you typically need proxies as well, or they get banned like immediately. So, those are some things to consider. I don't really want to plug any kind of specific service for that, but if you go looking, they're out there.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Joseph, Derek, what's going on, Derek? Sumit, already answered Sumit. Okay. Back over to YouTube. Let's see. And Pete, yes, you are consistent, sir.
Is he on YouTube now? Is that where he's watching from?
Let's see. About your age domains, what's your recommendation about repurposing? Can I buy one and just make it to a travel blog? It's okay if I make it another niche. Yeah, so this is something we get asked pretty often. Our recommendation is if you're buying an age domain, the niche should be as close as possible to the one that you're trying to build. Yeah, so if you're going to make a travel blog, it would be good to get a travel domain. And some of these things can be a little bit hit or miss, right? And the way you increase it being less miss is by getting the niche closer. But that's not to say that every now and then you get them to work and they're just not really too related at all. Um, like I was watching, the case study those guys did, not a case study, but Conch House. They were doing like, I don't know, 8 million traffic a month or whatever. They were making like 400K a month. The pure AI spam site built on top of an age domain. And the domain that they got was like well, the things they were posting about was just kind of like everything. But the conch house or whatever, it was like the domain they built it on top of was just like some like vacation site. It was like for a business, I think, even called the conch house, that they were renting out vacation properties in some kind of location, and then they built a domain on top of it that was just information. It was all over the place, like literally like every niche. So you know, but I think they were saying they were trying like 5 domains at a time, and like only 1 out of 5 were working. And that's because probably, you know, they were kind of doing a little bit of spammier stuff, and they were also not really doing it like in the same niche. But it can work, but we really recommend you try to get as close as possible. Anything to add on that one, Nick?
Yeah, just go in depth a little bit. It's like if your plan is to do this, then you've got to kind of conceptualize why you're buying an age domain from the get-go. And a lot of times it's because the referring domain's going to that particular domain, and a lot of times that's going to include, historical inner pages that had a lot of value in the form of link equity. So it's like, why wouldn't you make the most use of that age domain by getting it niche down and immediately being able to build, those old permalinks back out, or at least 301 to something very relevant. And then you're really squeezing the value out of what you're buying versus taking a shot in the dark. And like Chris said, it can happen, and buying a domain that maybe is like really strong, but you don't want to go with the niche at all for whatever reason, and so you're kind of gambling. And then, Google at this point in time has gotten smart enough to know whether, you know, to a certain degree anyway, whether there's enough relevance for things to match up. So if you're like taking a historical page that used to be for, I don't know, pet toys, and you're trying to niche them into travel, there are ways that you could, I guess, kind of recreate that. Like, let's say you create an article that's about traveling with your pet or something like that. But overall, unless you're kind of thinking outside the box and really, creating those levels of, I guess, semantic relevance, then, I just, I don't know why you wouldn't just spend the extra time and then get something that's niche down and relevant. There's literally countless domains available all over the internet at any given point in time. We sell a lot of them, and we sell them really cheap, but ultimately, yeah, I would agree with Chris. Just try and get as niche down as possible, and then come up with a game plan for exactly what you're doing with that age domain based on the history that it had.
All right. Almost all my money pages have disappeared from the SERP, save for a few pages. This was after ranking on the first and second pages of Google for quite some time. I wish he had told us what quite some time means.
Yeah.
Now I'm only ranking for homepage keywords, and funny enough, my homepage is starting to rank for some of my money keywords that were formerly on pages 1 and 2. Has someone experienced this before? Is this some sort of penalty, or am I falling on the bad side of an algorithmic change? I've not received any warning messages on Google Search Console for it to be a manual penalty. It sounds like you have cannibalization issues, to be honest, man. Your other pages disappeared and your homepage is starting to rank for the terms. Um, it's really hard to answer without more information. There's a ton of people right now, this same kind of stuff is happening to.
Having issue,
Stuff
yeah.
that it'll get indexed and then it's not indexed anymore. Or it drops to like very far, far back positions on page 10 or something. Um, and I think a lot of these, it's really hard to say, but if I had to guess, a lot of these people are just turning out low quality AI content. But, it's not always the case. But I will say it's hard to tell because, no one ever gives us like a ton of information when they're asking these questions. But that's kind of like the first thing I always assume, right? You're putting out a bunch of low quality spam AI content, right? You're not editing it very much. I don't consider a 10% edit much of an edit. And you still have to do all of your on-page stuff. You still have to, optimize the page. You still have to do internal linking properly to relevant things to and from on your website. You still have to do outbound authority links. You still need to add unique images. You still need to create a good article outline that covers everything completely instead of telling ChatGPT to think of the article outline for you. This is one of the main things that I've have a problem with a bunch of the AI stuff that's out there right now, is all the article outlines that I've seen are normally just kind of junk. And you always do much better if you put the article outline together yourself. You look at all the top rankers, you kind of combine their outlines into a bigger, better one. Then you can go and ask ChatGPT, hey, what are some more things I could add to this article to cover the topic more fully? Now you're starting to add stuff that no one has, right? So now even when you're using AI content, now you're actually creating content that has more than the other guys have. And then get AI to spit out a bunch of stuff, then go and edit it some more. Um, you know, Normally when I'm posting content, it's probably like 50% human written minimum. But AI still saves a ton of time and just kind of points you in a good direction. And a lot of it ends up getting used anyway. But yeah, not really sure if that's what you did. Sounds like you might be having some kind of technical or cannibalization issues, like I had mentioned, that your homepage is starting to rank for keywords. But yeah, really hard to tell without seeing more. And I know you'd given us your site to audit as well. Let me check the list right now. Actually, we've only got one person in front of you, so
We can throw it in real quick if you want.
well,
No?
maybe we'll be able to get to it on this stream. But let's go ahead and do the other guy first, and then we can come back to this. Um, but yeah, anything left out on that? It's just as far as
No,
the
I
question
mean,
stands as
yeah,
is.
no, it's pretty vague as is. If we're gonna do an audit at some point, we may as well wait.
Yeah. Just know that this is happening a lot right now. And even if
Yeah.
you're not using AI content, it is possible that you still get flagged for kind of like low quality content by Google. It's possible to write content that Google just sees as not good. So it's really hard to say without looking at it, but we'll hopefully take a look at your thing here in just a little bit, see what we can come up with. Um, let's see. Dues. Sorry, man, this isn't a customer service thing. If you have any problem with an order or something, just go ahead and send us an email, info@sirlinksalot.co, or you can leave a message in your order, and customer service will definitely help you out.
I actually thought he was saying a good thing. He was saying he bought guest posts and they turned out better than the requirements
Oh,
that he thought he
yeah,
was getting.
it's hard to tell.
I'm not sure, but
Um,
that's how I read it. I was like, oh,
Yeah. If you have a problem with your order, if there's a problem with your order, and especially if it doesn't like meet the metrics that it was sold by or something that's listed on our site, then definitely hit up customer service. If you're happy with the order, then awesome, glad to have
yeah.
you. But yeah, either way, it's not really a customer service chat. We're here to like answer SEO questions and whatnot. But yeah, sorry if we misunderstood
However, if it is a
what you read.
plug, feel free to always put that in the chat. No, no problem.
Um, okay, let's go ahead and do an audit. Or let me check Facebook real quick. Okay, yeah, let's do an audit real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and send it over to you. Pop this bad boy into Ahrefs. How many pages does it say is indexed for you on this one?
Yeah, let's see. I got 828.
745. That's so
That's
weird.
really, I mean, it's pretty strange. I mean, it makes me think that the only thing it could be is geographic, right?
Could be.
But I wouldn't, well, actually, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. It's interesting.
All right. So all he really told us is new site. What's up? Something like that. Yeah. So it's a
Looks
new
like you're
website. Um,
shooting up.
Yeah, let's see what's going on. So just initially looking at Ahrefs, looks like you're starting to really pop up in a good way for some traffic and some
Yeah.
keywords. You're almost at 1,000 traffic, so you're obviously doing something good. Looks like it might be a couple big keywords bouncing around for that traffic, but um, hard to see. Let's see real quick. I'll take a quick look, see if there's like one big keyword. Yeah, it looks like one big keyword kind of bouncing around. Um, yeah, it's got a couple big ones up here. Yeah, I take that back. I think it's kind of overall, but two of them are a lot bigger than others. Um, or you're getting a lot more of a traffic boost from. That's when you normally see those real jagged lines on the Ahrefs graphs, kind of like one keyword really moving around. Yeah, you want to take a look at the site first?
Yeah, I'm kind of browsing around. Say travel
Got a nice
blog,
little,
informational.
got a nice email subscription thing popping
It's a
up.
nice looking site, really, overall.
I would change your email opt-in thing. Add something, offer them something. You're going to get a really low sign-up rate with basically just saying, hey, stay in touch with us.
Yeah.
Offer them something cool. It doesn't have to really be something that's hard to create. You can even use ChatGPT to make some kind of little deliverable, some kind of little PDF, just make it look nice. Something that they'd be interested in, depending on your niche, which is, I guess, that kind of tourism travel. I feel like we might have seen this one before. I'm not sure though.
It's got good
Um,
good interlinking going on. Author pages going on.
it's like a news site almost,
Mm-hmm.
or it kind of looks like a news site.
Could maybe beef up some
Um,
NAP stuff. Again, like in the footer, like the last one we audited. But overall, I think it's a pretty nice looking
that's weird. I'm
site.
getting ads for it, but I have my ad blocker on.
Huh.
Wonder how that works. How are you sneaking past my
Yeah,
ad
what you
blocker,
got
man?
going on, bud? Maybe that's a good tip.
Um, all right. So what'd you say about the articles? Did you click
Yeah, they
around?
look good. Seeing outbound authority links, good interlinking. Um, Good information. I mean, like beefed out articles. I haven't clicked on anything that actually like doesn't look like stuff that somebody would actually maybe use. Which I feel like it's pretty rare that we're auditing sites on the show that are.
Yeah, it's a really good looking
It's a nice
site. I
site.
like
Yeah,
it.
it's good.
Looks real professional.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to, you know, let's see what the on-page optimization looks like. Yeah, looks like it could be a thing. Got some linking going on. Interlinking? Yep, got some interlinking going on. Yeah, I feel like you're doing a good
Yeah,
job.
on page looks pretty
One thing
good.
I would notice is for the FAQ. Let me see what you did here. I'm not going to look at schema or anything. So one thing I like to do is I'd put the FAQ questions. So your FAQ is in an H2 tag, and then you could do like H3 tags for the FAQ questions. And if you really wanted to, you could do FAQ schema for those as well. Just looking at things, that's like the one big thing I would change, and it's not even really a big thing. What's going on with EAT? Looks like we got some socials at the bottom, got some about us, terms and conditions, privacy policy, some contact information. We got a contact page. If you don't, because I saw your email down there, I'm not seeing a
No, I
contact
don't see a
page, which I
contact
would
page
definitely
either.
add one of those. Yeah, so add a contact page. But yeah, it definitely looks like you got some EAT going on. Yeah, site overall, I feel like looks pretty good. We didn't really, do a heavy analysis of this stuff, but looks good to me.
Oh, they've got their
Going,
contact page lumped up with their about us. So yeah,
okay.
cut
Yeah,
that
make
out.
separate pages.
2 pages, yeah.
Yeah, just make it easy for Google, right? All right, going over to off page. Like we said, things are shooting up. DR41, which is pretty good for only having 278 referring domains. So it looks like you've probably been doing some quality link building, but it could just be like profiles and stuff, or maybe you're doing some black hat stuff that we'll see in a second. Going over to anchors real quick.
What was the site?
Anchor text is over optimized. Oh my God, man. This is an insanely high amount of exact match. It's almost all exact match. Okay, so you were doing good on the site. The site did not look spammy, but what you're doing with your off page here is what we consider extremely unnatural and spammy. Um, what are these coming from?
Yeah, it looks like not the highest quality types of links either. And that was kind of like what I
Yeah.
was thinking too. For the amount of traffic, or for the like size of the site, for as good as it looks on page, the amount of traffic seemed like it had a bit to be desired. But I did pop that into Who Is, and it looks like this site has been registered since 2002. So,
Hmm.
we got an old site here. I don't know if this was maybe an age domain because it only just recently started resonating in the SERPs again. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, if you're doing this backlinking, quit with
Could have
the
also been
anchors.
it might actually be a programmatic site.
Oh yeah, I guess it could be. But you'd probably be doing a lot better if you started getting more natural with the anchors. I wouldn't, consider disavowing anything at this point in time. You're shooting up, that's great. But I
But I
would
would
definitely,
definitely
chill out.
reverse course. Yeah,
Hmm.
I wouldn't disavow yet, but you have a very, very, very unnatural anchor profile. Let's see what's going on with the backlinks themselves. So yeah, let's first just check out subdomains. So about 300 referring domains. Um, so about 60 of those, about 20% were kind of like Web 2.0 type things. Um,
Yeah, overall, it's kind of a spammy link profile. It looks like maybe they bought an age domain and then started spamming it a little bit, or
it
something
looks
along those
relevant for the most
lines.
part. Like it does look relevant though, which is
I don't know,
a
I'm getting a
plus.
bunch of like random bookmarking websites. Like the stuff that's nice is very relevant and very nice, but then if you open some of these other ones, they're
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I
social
mean it's definitely a
bookmarks,
mess.
um,
But yeah, it's all the
library
stuff I'm
type
seeing is
stuff.
like, it's kind of like travel related type stuff. So not the worst in the world, but yeah, it definitely looks, kind of messy. Let's see what he's got for quality. We'll do follow, backlink type in content, DR5 plus, domain traffic 250. So now we're down to 11 links of what we would consider approaching some kind of quality. Looks like, some kind of guest posts in here. Some of these might be natural. Um, yeah, a lot of these aren't even really that great either. Um, I think he's got like, one, two, three that are from websites that are over 1,000 traffic.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bread and butter,
you,
niche edits, guest posts, homepage it, natural anchors. For a while, just start breaking these
yeah.
anchors up. Because yeah, you're over optimized, and while you've got the rank graph going, straight up right now, you don't want that to come crashing down on you. So I would recommend.
Another good thing is the large majority of his links, 240 of the RD are going to its homepage,
Yeah, that's
which is
nice.
good.
Yeah.
So the good things you have going here are the backlinks looked, from my quick look through like one page of them, that the backlinks looked pretty travel related.
Yeah.
Um, and the second thing is that most of your links are going to your homepage. So those are good things. The bad news is most of your links are low quality and your anchor text is extremely over optimized. So yeah, what I would do at this point out is yeah, like Nick said, niche edits and guest posts, basically editorial links, real links from real websites. Focus on quality instead of quantity here, and focus on very natural anchor text, branded anchors, URL anchors, generic anchors. I would mainly focus on your homepage for now, just to not to give Google any more reasons to look at you suspiciously. Um, but yeah, I mean, you could add some inner pages links as well, just because you're so heavy on the homepage, and relatively light everywhere else. But I would still focus probably like, 75 to 80% on the homepage links and sprinkle some to the rest of the site. And those other links that you're sprinkling to the rest of the site, again with those, natural anchors. So
Yeah.
no more exact match. You do some URL anchors. You could do long tail anchors. You could do miscellaneous anchors like click here or something like that. But yeah, stay away from the exact match. Stay away from even partial match. Stay away from the keyword in your anchors at all for right now, and just look for real natural kind of long tail stuff or just branded.
Just
Um,
to give it a little plug right now, we're about to announce a new product that's coming out that could definitely help a website like this, um, for breaking
yeah.
up anchors, providing a decent amount of authority and power. But yeah, stay
So we
tuned.
already have a product, and that's our
Yeah.
Barrage niche edits. They're very low authority, but they're very cheap, and they're real websites. So it's a good way to add some natural links that are cheap. It's not a lot of authority, but it's good for mixing in a bunch of natural anchor text without having to spend a higher amount of money just to use like, miscellaneous anchors or URL anchors or something like that. But yeah, we've got a new tier of Barrage coming out soon that will have a little more juice behind them than the super low authority
Little
ones we
more
have now.
juice.
Um, all right. Let's see. Hi, do you use AI for guest posting? So for the links that we actually sell, we are So Links a lot, a link building agency. We are not using AI for guest posting at the moment. However, I also don't think it's something that the best thing to do is to use human content. You can't really deny that human content is preferable to AI content right now, which is part of the reason, or the main reason why we haven't been using them at our agency. Um, if it wasn't my agency, I was building links on my own, I probably would be using AI more for guest posting. But I would also have it be edited.
Yeah.
And I would make sure that it's not just like super low quality AI stuff. So I would use it to speed up the process with the writing, but I wouldn't use it completely. Just like I'm doing on on the projects I'm working on. The AI content is being edited. So yeah, you could do it yourself, or you could look for like AI assisted writers or whatever,
Yeah.
someone that's actually using AI and then editing them, doing it for cheaper than than a normal article would cost you. But yeah, it's hard to tell you to really just do it pure AI, especially with how things are going lately with all the de-indexation and whatnot. Um, it's hard to say how much of that is even just AI and how much is Google just being kind of crazy right now.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
we're just kind of like in
Because
this
it
very
has been.
unknown time, and so the thing I could really tell you is that for links a lot. We're not using it. For you could use it, but you'd still want to edit it quite a bit. Make sure that you're actually talking about the topic like fully. You want your guest posts to stay indexed. You don't want them to not be indexed. And what else you can use it for though is you can use AI in the actual like the outreach process. You can use it for creating personalized pitches based on the person's website or some about information you have about them and your own niche. It's really good for that. It's really good for helping like brainstorm like article topics. If you don't necessarily want to create a competitor for one of your keywords, you could still use it to kind of create brainstorm article topic ideas. And then yeah, you could use it to help generate the text as well. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can use AI for to help with guest posting, but as far as the content goes, it's not really something you can recommend doing 100% AI stuff for at the moment. Anything to add on that, Nick?
No, I think that's good coverage.
Cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. And yeah, guys, like always, like, comment, subscribe, helps us out a lot. Join us in the Facebook group as well, SEO Roundtable. We're in there every single day answering questions. If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Doesn't matter how beginner or how advanced you think they are, we will do our best to answer them. Phil, what's up, man? Big up from Oz, he says. I think it's the
Dang,
first
what's
live
up,
stream Phil's
Phil?
been on. What's going on, Phil? Good to hear from you. Are you going to be in
Yeah,
Chiang
we
Mai,
met Phil
Phil?
in Vietnam.
Yeah, we met Phil
party down a little bit.
in Saigon. Hoping to see you again in Chiang Mai here in
Yeah.
5 months or so. All right. What was I about to do? I think we'll do another audit real quick.
All right.
Passing to you. And I think this one is actually in our managed link building program as well, which is our completely done for you link building service. I think they just joined like literally a week or two ago. Yeah, let's see what we got here. So I'm guessing they want us to audit the on page and stuff since we're going to be taking care of the off page, but we'll go ahead and take a look at everything.
I want to see how many pages you got indexed on this one. 905 for me.
Real quick. And he actually gave us some information as well. It's been receiving bad backlinks for a while with little good stuff and some PBN. Otherwise, it's been ranking random images from the website as individual pages that cannibalize the money pages those images are supposed to represent. So he has images cannibalizing the pages they're on. Have you ever heard of something like that before, Nick?
No. But this is
the images are ranking on normal Google search?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused by because I mean,
I've never seen an image ranking. I've seen like a PDF ranking.
Yeah, so like we're talking like about a real estate website here. And no, I mean like it wouldn't be images cannibalizing because that would show up in images hypothetically, but
yeah.
Maybe like the individual like units for sale versus the well, but that wouldn't happen either because I'm looking at how this
If your
IDX
images
works.
are somehow ranking for pages on the SERP, then you've got some kind of weird technical issue going on.
Yeah, or Google switched up how the SERPs work.
No, I've never. I mean,
yeah,
unless I'm just behind on the times, I've never
happening.
seen an image ranking in the SERP.
No.
So yeah, if that's actually happening and your images are ranking in the 10 blue links, like normal Google search, not images, but normal search, then you've got some kind of weird technical thing going on. You're definitely going to want to get that sorted out. But we'll take a little bit of look at some other stuff as well. So just taking a quick look at things, looks like the site went down to absolute 0 for a second there and then bounced back really heavily. Don't know if it's an expired domain or something. But the good news is, you really popped up for a nice amount of keywords and traffic there. Keywords look like they're at an all-time high for the site. Traffic is almost there as well. So, as far as keywords and traffic goes, just the initial check, things are off to a good start here, even though they've been kind of trending downward in the past month or so, or a couple months, whatever. Overall, I'd be pretty happy with what you've got going on so far, just considering what the site had been doing for the few previous years, gradual downward decline and even dropping to 0 a couple times. There's like DR18 referring domains 266. That's about right, maybe a little bit low, but we'll dive into the backlinks a little more. You said they had how many pages indexed?
I got 905.
I got 920, a little bit closer on this one.
Okay.
And yeah, it looks like it's real estate in a foreign country. Guessing it's going to be kind of a bunch of almost like a programmatic type site here.
Yeah, right. Because we're always dealing with an IDX, which for those of you that don't know is, the real estate app, so to speak, that pulls all the different properties in a specific area or specific criteria onto a website that are available.
He's got a blog, he's got a careers page, he's got an about us page, he's got a contact page, he got socials up at the top, he's got a phone number. Got language things you can change. I mean, the site itself
Yeah,
looks,
it's a legit site. Everything is
these
there.
pages have any like H tags or anything on them? Yeah, got some H tags in there. Cool. Yeah, I mean, as far as the site goes, looks like you're doing a lot of the right stuff here. Um, privacy policy, terms of use. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much here. And it's hard to really dive in really deep on this stuff because it'd just be kind of over my head, especially for an on-page, an on-page audit for a site like this on a live stream would be very, very hard to do. So yeah, really hard to say what's going on with your images, but maybe we can see something in Ahrefs. Yeah, looks like a lot of your pages are getting lost for some reason, at least according to Ahrefs. Um, well, let's go ahead and plug one of these in. So Google still says it's indexed.
Wait, what are you looking at right now?
I was just looking at his top pages to see what's going on. And yeah, I mean, Ahrefs is just saying a bunch of pages are like lost and stuff. Not really sure.
Well,
I mean,
it
I
could
guess the
also be, I
properties could be
mean,
sold.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The IDX
Well,
at some
but some of
point in
them are like
time wastes them.
areas because he has like areas, then he has communities, then he has properties. A lot of these are area pages are missing or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, and it's actually not indexed either. So maybe some indexation issues going on
A lot
here.
of these are going to 404 pages. So yeah,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if it's
okay.
an
No, so actually
IDX
the page is
issue
not
or
found. The
if,
page is not found.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit too hard for us to dive into on a live stream audit. This would be something that would take a considerable amount of time. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and look at his off page and whatnot. I just want to see what his
Yeah.
keywords that he's
Yeah, but
ranking for
if I
are.
had to guess based on that, I mean, like it does look like once the IDX offloads that page, then yeah, they seem to be 404ing.
What's cool is he actually has some branded searches going on, which is really nice to see. You actually have someone searching for your brand name, um, which is great. Um, I mean, that's a huge signal to Google. And yeah, got a bunch of, I mean, he's ranking for a bunch of stuff, you know, on page one for it looks like his main keyword terms and whatnot. Um, as far as what I'm seeing here for your keywords, it looks like you're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, anchors.
Anchors look all right.
Ooh, I mean, he's got some heavy exact match
Yeah.
up here. It started off
Hmm.
good, but then heavy on the exact match. But it's basically you've got like one, two, three, four, five, about six different keyword terms that you really hammered exact matches on. Other than that, things kind of start to look more normal.
Yeah, I
Um,
think majority of them are going to the home page too, which I mean, like their exact match, but they do explain like especially with real estate, I feel like you can kind of get away with a good amount of this stuff.
he had said that he had been receiving bad backlinks for a while.
Let's see what they look like.
So yeah, 267 links here. Not many Web 2.0s at all. Just taking a quick look at relevance. It's all real estate. I mean, it's all the stuff I'm
Oh, it
seeing
looks
here
all
looks
right,
relevant.
really. You see anything that looks really? It doesn't look that bad to me.
So only 23 of the links are above DR5 and more than 250 traffic. I didn't even turn on do follow or in content or anything.
Do
So,
follow in content 224 out of the whole set, which I mean, yeah, even if they're not
but
the
basically,
strongest links, that's
they're all like DRs or, DR like, they're everything's very
low.
low DR. Did you actually look at any of this stuff?
Yeah, I'm pulling up random ones as I go down, and honestly, I mean, like,
Yeah,
it's
kind
not the
of
worst thing
wall of
I've seen.
text.
Like, you could probably stand to just, get in, probably chill out on the exact match anchors, even if you're going to the home page, and even if you can get away with that. Do a lot more branded stuff, maybe some random long tail
Well,
with
we'll be doing that for
guest
him
posts
though.
and niche edits. Oh, right. So they're already
Yeah,
in there.
he's an
Okay, great.
MLB. So yeah, we'll clean up the
Yeah,
off
I
page
think
for you. But yeah, that's what we'll be
yeah,
doing. We're going to be focused mainly on your homepage for now, just because of yeah, just because of your anchor text mainly,
yeah.
and yeah, all this low quality links. Um,
Bringing that DR up
we'll probably
with
diversify a
some
bit
higher
as well,
quality
some low
links.
authority barrage in the beginning, maybe some more pillow links and diversity links, that type of thing. Just get a bunch of natural links in there, natural anchors, and then start building, yeah, mid to high authority to the homepage. Natural anchor text, probably for a long time for this one. Before trying to get more aggressive. Let's see this link distribution real quick.
I want to know what his
Um,
competitors look like, just given the nature of this area
Weird
and
stuff
how
going
competitive
on.
real estate is.
Are all of these image links? What's going on here? No. Just some weird crawling issues with Ahrefs. But anyway, it looks like most of the links are going to the homepage anyway, so that's a plus. Yeah, we'll do our best to clean that up for you. So your task right now is to basically make sure your technical SEO and your on page and everything is okay, your content and whatnot, growing your blog. Um, but yeah, not sure how much of help we're going to be with your technical issues. Really hard to kind of tell what's going on a short stream like this, but definitely something you'll want to take a look into, take a look at. Anything
Yeah.
else to say on that one, Nick?
No, not really.
Cool. All right. Let's see if we got any more questions, and it's almost time to take off. Thane was saying it could be a gallery website, but no, it's not a gallery site. It's just kind of a real estate. They list individual properties and whatnot.
I'd be interested to know whether this IDX is like they've got an in-house developer building this or whether they're using a service for this.
All right, guys. It doesn't look like we're getting any more questions rolling in, and we already went a bit over time, so I think we're going to go ahead and head out. Hopefully, we answered your questions and you got some value out of this. Like always, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. You can also join our mailing list. You can also join us in SEO Roundtable Facebook group. We're in there every single day answering questions and posting tips. What else we got going on? We got a podcast that we're going to be recording next week about editing AI content, actually. It's we'll leave the guest to be a little bit of a surprise, but it's a writer that we met in Saigon while we were there for the conference. Yeah, we'll be talking about editing AI content, getting your AI content up to par, which I think is something that everyone needs to know, especially with what's going on right now with all that indexation
For
and
sure.
whatnot. But yeah, just in general, because you actually want your content to convert. Traffic is nice, but you actually want it to be kind of good as well. What else we got
Got
going
a
on?
couple new products coming out. Or
Yep,
well, I guess one's a revamp of a product.
revamping our social profiles product. We are
Yeah,
also looking into doing some press releases for you fellas, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Higher end barrage links
Yeah, we got
coming
some
out.
higher end barrage links. That's our bulk niche edits packs. We're going to be popping up the authority a bit on those, or popping up the referring domain count, a little bit of a
With a
higher
nice
tier.
bulk discount.
Those will be great for hitting lots of pages at one time, also for diversifying your link profiles and anchor text with a little more authority than the previous packs allowed for. What else we got? We got
We've
another
also
podcast with Greg Elfrink talking about the state of
yeah.
affiliate SEO and selling affiliate sites, actually, flipping them or selling them for money instead of just getting your monthly payouts.
Right.
What else we got?
We've got a bunch of ads coming out or that have started. If you see them on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, please give us a like, maybe a little comment, as it does help things out. But yeah, we're ramping up on that end as well. Finally.
Yeah, some other stuff I've done recently. I put out 2 new articles recently on Sir Links a lot on our blog. They're both huge articles. One of them is on link building software. Kind of go over what we think about each of these different software people are using and give our recommendations on our favorite ones to use. And I also just put out an article on link building services. Basically, the different types of link building services that you can actually purchase, not just our own, but just across the board, different types of agencies you can work with, what to stay away from, what to look for, all that good stuff. So if you're looking for a link building agency or what types of services to purchase or something like that, definitely worth a look as well. Going to be more content hitting the blog soon, all going to be link building related here for a while. What else we got? Anything else we're working on? We're gonna have some video coming out, hopefully some short form video for you guys, some little
Oh
bite-sized
yeah.
content on the YouTube channel. Probably start putting those out on TikTok and all the other places as well.
Yeah, if they unban us, I don't know what happened. I'm
TikTok,
still
we got
awaiting.
banned
Yeah, I think I
instantly on
had it.
TikTok. We didn't even post a
Yeah.
single video and they banned us for some reason.
No,
So
it was as soon as I paid for the setup or whatever. But I think that's what ended up happening. It froze and then restarted, and we'll see.
maybe just didn't get the info
Um,
correctly or something. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know how excited I am about TikTok in general, but figured we may, let's have a
I'm
little
excited
fun.
about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. Anything else? Not really thinking of anything. Couple podcasts
The
coming
group
up.
has been extremely active for anybody who
Group is
just found
popping.
us or who's looking for a active community. Facebook group, SEO Roundtable. Yeah, just tons of questions, tons of people willing to help. Yeah, great little community that's getting more and more active day to day.
Yeah, it's something I'm going to start doing. Actually, I don't know if you saw my poll yesterday. It's a very simple poll.
Yeah,
Have you ever bought backlinks?
yeah,
And I'm gonna start actually using our group polls in some of the content that we're putting on Sir Links,
nice.
which is kind of cool because we can actually create new statistics. It's our numbers.
Yeah.
It's unique statistics. So I'm pretty excited about that. So thanks for everyone who's been answering the polls. But yeah, I think yesterday is the first one I'm actually going to be using in some of our content.
Very good.
But yeah, definitely get over in the Facebook group if you're not already. SEO Roundtable. The group's definitely got a lot more active lately. It's really nice to see everyone kind of participating and offering answers and whatnot. We even have some people that are like really well versed with our content and our way of thinking who really help out a ton and
Yeah.
point people towards videos we've already made on stuff and whatnot. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of just dragging on at this point. Thanks for showing up, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next week, probably the same time, same day, probably 10 p.m. Central time on Wednesday again. But we'll keep you updated on that as well. All right, adios. See you